Great. Okay, gents. Who wants to kick us off? I saw Duncan Becker's on the call. I can see Alex Spink. One of you guys want to kick us off, please? Somebody kick us off.
Dan, Warren just informed us about Alun-Wynn Jones. Can you kind of sum up the squad's feelings on that?
Yeah, obviously pretty disappointing to lose your captain and your talisman into whatever it was, 5 or 6 minutes into the game. He's pretty down in the changing room, as you'd expect, but I suppose it's one of those things that we're lucky in the group that we've got, you know, a lot of sort of good leaders and good speakers and people like that around the squad. So but you've only got to look at Al's record and his experience and he's the sort of the go-to guy in the group at the minute, and it's going to be a huge loss, but it's one of those where things move so quickly on these tours, and when you're in camp, you've just got to sort of almost, for the rest of us, put it to one side now and look at the group that we've got. But obviously hugely disappointing for Al and us as a squad, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a big blow. Can you sum up how you feel about that performance, start the series of the campaign?
I think we started the game really strongly, didn't we? We played some really good, solid rugby in that first probably 30-35 minutes, and fair play to, we probably just did the basics really well. We played territory well. We got over the gain line quite well, and we moved the ball when there was space to. So that was pleasing, and lots of things that we worked on in the week leading up came into play in that first 30 minutes. We probably fair play to Japan. They came out and they obviously had a game plan that second half where they just weren't going to kick the ball, and they were going to force us into errors and force us to be ill-disciplined, and that's what happened. We were very ill-disciplined in that second half, and combined that with them not kicking the ball back to you, you know, you're spending a lot of time defending. So fair play to them. They adjusted their tactics really well. We should have dealt with it a little bit better, but like I said, tons to work on, but a really good first hit out for us, and obviously pleasing to get the result first and foremost.
Thank you.
Dan, you must have felt like Johnny Sexton there with Conor Murray inside you and Bundy Aki and Robbie Henshaw outside you. How did you find being part of the Ireland backline?
Yeah, very good. But I thought Bundy and Robbie were excellent outside, and Conor just brings that element of control. I thought his box kicking was excellent today in terms of, like you said, probably even more so in that first 30-35 minutes, just added a real control to our game and moved us up the pitch quite well. So I thought Robbie was unbelievable today. I thought he was everywhere, sort of big hits, covering tackles, getting us going up forward, and his chat was excellent and obviously very good in the air. So you can see why Johnny has played so well for so many years, having quality players like that around him as well. So yeah, really good. Like I said, it was a really good hit out for us first up, and you know, we had a really good platform laid for us as well by the forwards. It was a bit of an armchair for myself and Conor in that first half an hour, which is pleasing. So Suz was on fire here next to me, so got to give him a shout out.
It's James from Planet Rugby. In defence today, Katori Matsushima caused you a few problems, I think it's fair to say. He had a very, very strong game. What will you learn about the defensive system and that gelling? It's very early days in the tour, and I know Steve's been working very hard with you guys. What will you take from today and what Matsushima tested you with?
Yeah, I mean, look, he's obviously very dynamic, wasn't he, and did cause us a few problems. But I think, like you just mentioned, it's, you know, we're probably not where we want to be in terms of any facet of our game. In terms of in week one, we're hopefully going to get better as each game goes on, and what we'll do on Monday, we'll review, see what we can get better at, and that's the big thing on a tour like this, is you've got opportunities every few days to improve and get right and just get better each week. And obviously we want to win every game and we want to play well in every game, but the whole emphasis of this tour is gearing up so all our systems and everything in our playbook is in place by that first test. And you know, we're going to have to sort of go through a couple of weeks and a couple of bits and pieces where we don't quite get everything right. But fair play, yeah, like you said, he caused us quite a few problems today, and probably similar to what we're going to come up against in terms of in terms of in the Springbok squad with their sort of with their pace and power and stepping ability as well. So it's just like I said, just a really good setup for us, and Steve will review that. And I'm sure, like I said, it's just about getting better. That's the whole aim of the tour, is to keep getting better each week, and hopefully we'll be peaking by the time the tests come round as a squad.
Thanks, mate.
And you know Alun-Wynn better than most. Can you just talk about how you think he'll deal with that?
Yeah, I think he may avoid him for a couple of minutes when we get back to the hotel. Not sure he'll be in that chatty mood, but I think he's obviously going to be devastated. It's obviously been a big focus for him, isn't it? The last year or so that's obviously, and obviously being named captain at the start of the tour it would be tough for him to take, and but I know that he's got obviously a young family back home as well, which I'm sure will take up plenty of his time, and I don't know if he's going to be staying on tour with us or whatever and things, but I think Al will be fine. He's going to be disappointed as anybody would, and but I think if and from a Al's been in the game a long time and achieved pretty much everything, hasn't he? So if there's any silver lining, I suppose he can look back at that. It's not something that he hasn't done before, I suppose, but obviously it's massively disappointing for him, and he'll be pretty down for a few days, I'd imagine.